the finals affect LeBron's legacy?
This is huge for LeBron. I'm looking at you. Skip already knows, but this is huge. Because
I'll hear you out.
You hear me out on this, Shannon.
Okay.
When LeBron James loses the NBA Finals, he will officially be removed from the GOAT conversation. And here's the reason why. Steph Curry will then have 3 championships in the LeBron era and will have beaten LeBron all 3 times. It's hard for you to make an argument that he's the greatest of all time, yet a player, a contemporary in his era, not on his team, has the same number of championships as he has and has beaten LeBron during that time. So I think that this is huge for LeBron, that once he loses this, he drops out of that conversation unless something changes and he wins 2 more when he goes to Philly or does something else. But as of the end of this NBA Finals, he will no longer be validated to be discussed with Michael Jordan because he didn't own this era. Everybody ate in the LeBron era. The Spurs won. The Mavericks won. The Warriors won. Boston won. I could just go on and on. Everybody won.
Can I ask you a question? Michael Jordan got in the league in '84. He retired in, say, '04. So the Bulls won championships, all those championships from '84.
No, they didn't win all of those.
So people ate in the Michael Jordan era.
Name me.
Larry Bird ate 3 times.
Name me.
Twice.
No.
What?
He didn't match Michael Jordan. I'm telling you, Steph Curry is about to match him. And Shannon, he won his 3 championships in 4 trips, not 9 trips.
Let me ask you a question.
In 4 trips.
What happens if Steph Curry, if Kevin Durant is the Finals MVP? Steph Curry would have 3 championships and not one time.
That's fine. He also won 2 MVPs back-to-back during the LeBron era. I'm telling you, it's not that he would be the GOAT. I'm not saying Steph is the GOAT. I'm telling you, it removes LeBron James from the GOAT.
But you're not trying to elevate Steph into the conversation.
Yeah, actually
no.
Yes,
actually no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You can't.
I'm not.
You just
Skip,
can't.
I'm just saying LeBron drops out of it.
You should have just
said no, he drops out of it because Steph has as many championships.
And you should have left it at that.
That's what I'm saying.
Once you put Steph, when Andre Iguodala, when he was an MVP and Andre Iguodala win Finals MVP, it's
Steph
over.
will have 3 championships in 4 tries. LeBron has 3 in 9 tries.
There'll be a lot more. I believe, for me, Skip, I believe because he's such an overwhelming underdog, it will go on his record. He loses, he's 3-6, but I believe they will view it like 07. It's on his resume, Skip, but nobody even talks about 07 because they know he wasn't going to beat Tim Duncan-led Spurs with Manu and Tony Parker. They knew that. 1,000. If you want to win $100 betting the Warriors, Rob, pull $1,000 out your pocket.
I get it, but that doesn't change the numbers. You can't have it both ways. If LeBron wins, you're going to sit here and tell me he's the greatest player of all time because he won?
No, I said that before you was going in, so it just don't have no bearing on me.
Okay, so this doesn't change anything.
Don't change nothing for me.
Okay,
no.
He's still a GOAT regardless.
Yeah.
So he can lose the next 4 championships. He's still a GOAT. Is that what you're saying?
If that man get
that makes no sense.
If the man get to 12 straight finals,
yes.
where did they done that at?
But it's about winning.
Not even the Yankees or the
It's
Twins
about
did that.
winning.
But anyway,
you know that.
Skip Bayless, if LeBron James were to pull this off, I believe you and I.
Is he going to pull it off?
Can you let me talk to Skip?
Okay.
Skip, if he were to pull this off with this collection of talent that he has surrounding him, you and I debated this earlier. I believe this will be the greatest sports upset in the history of sports.
New York Giants upset the 18.
That's one game. Do you believe they could have beat them 3 more times? Thank you. But as I was saying, Rob, Skip Bayless, LeBron James, there's always pressure on him. So there's no pressure. There's always pressure. You're LeBron James. You're the most high school basketball player in the history of the game, and you've lived up, maybe even exceeded the expectation. But Skip, nobody thinks he's going to win this. Nobody really does because you got 2 MVPs in their prime on one team. You got 3 20-point scores in their prime on one team. They got one guy. Do you realize Draymond is the 4th best player on their roster? He's averaging 11 and 8, and Kevin Love is giving you 14 and 10. Rob Parker, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not, for what? I'm just telling it like it is.
By the way, Draymond shot 2 for 17 from 3 against the Rockets. 2
Very
for
nice.
17.
Hell, James Harden shot 2 of 17.
He shot 2 for 100.
Exactly.
So, Shannon Sharpe,
yes.
I will definitely give you your first point. if LeBron pulls off this upset, and clearly it would be an upset, it would carry the most weight of any of his achievements in relation to has he caught Michael or not, because he would pull this one off without Kyrie against a team with Kevin Durant. So that's weight. I give you that. So it would definitely dramatically close the gap with Michael Jordan.
Widen the gap.
It would close the
No,
gap.
he's already in front. He already in front. He about to speed off.
He's about to speed off. The odds are, in all probability, he is going to lose this in 5 games.
I got 4 games.
Okay, 4 games. It could be. I said yesterday, it's very possible this will be a sweep, but I would think more likely 5. I'll give LeBron. He's LeBron James. He's the best player on the planet. He should win at least 1 game here.
So you admitting that?
But Skip.
No, I told you until Kevin Durant proves otherwise. Now Kevin's got another opportunity head-to-head with the man you call the best player on the planet to show us otherwise.
Skip, this is why I think it could be a sweep. With Kyrie, they get lost in a 5-game sweep, but he averaged 28 points against the Warriors. This team reminds me, or is as bad as that 2007 team. I know the NBA doesn't like sweeps. They don't make money, and people will try to manipulate to get another game or 2 out of it. But I'm telling you, the referees can't help this team. The Cavaliers are terrible and will not win a game.
They're terrible.
They're terrible.
Hold on, think about what you just said.
No, they
No,
are.
I want you to think about what you just said, and I'm going to say what you just said. The Cavaliers are terrible, and they're in the NBA Finals. Can you tell the people at home this? Why?
They are.
Why?
Because the East
Thank
is
you.
terrible.
It's because the East is terrible. It's not a reflection of just LeBron James. There's nobody in his way. There hasn't been for decades.
How about this
Skip.
here? He was with the Heat. Who was going to the Finals when he was with the Heat? When he came to the Cavaliers, the Heat stopped going to the Finals, and the Cavaliers started going. So what's the one common denominator? They say too many coincidences are not a coincidence.
No one's saying he's not a great player.
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not.
No. We're not saying great. See, there's a difference.
He's not the greatest.
We talk about Skip. What's that word you like to use?
Dental?
Yeah, transcendental.
Transcendent, actually.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. See, what Skip talking about, he would close the gap. Nah, he about to Usain Bolt.
Oh.
He win this one. He about to take off.
This is the LeBron
Why?
fan. This is what they do. If he wins, it's all because of LeBron James. If he loses, no matter what, he doesn't have enough help. Oh, my God. It's not fair. What would Michael Jordan do if he had Clarkson and Hill
And he
and
didn't
Hood?
have Pippen. What would he do if he didn't have Pippen?
Jumping around when they made the trade for those 4 guys.
Yeah.
And guess what? In Game 7, they had a collection of 8 points between the 4 of them. Hood didn't even play in that game.
If you don't mind me asking.
They don't have
If you
anybody.
don't mind me asking. How many points did Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas, and Dwayne Wade have in Game 7?
They didn't play.
Oh, they didn't play. You know why? Because you and I both know the guys that they acquired were better suited for the situation they were in. So with that being said, here's the thing, Skip. Even though LeBron had a monster, now he had 35, 15, and 9. It still took Jeff Green's 19 points. It took JR, and they got hot in the second half to pull them over the hump.
It also took Boston missing 32 threes.
Yeah.
That's what it took.
Well,
Their throats were getting tight.
Hey, Houston said we topped them.
Yeah, they missed
We
37.
missed 37. So don't feel bad.
Throats were getting tight.
But here's the question: Do you believe that Jeff Green, if Jeff Green averages 19 and JR averages 14, Cavaliers will win?
Cavaliers aren't winning the series. You know it. Deep down, you
Why?
know it.
Why are
They're
they
not
winning?
good enough. They're not good enough. The Warriors are so much better than this team. I don't know why people are trying to couch it and, well, if he pulls it off. He's not pulling this off. The NBA is always about one thing, and the team with the best players always wins.
Hold on. I want you to say what you just said.
The best players always win.
So is that why Michael Jordan couldn't get past the Big Three Celtics, even though he was the GOAT?
You always go back to this. You have revisionist history. Michael Jordan stopped all these Hall of Famers.
I'm getting scared over here because when Rob believes something this strongly, you might want to bet the other way.
What, Skip?
You're scaring me.
He's saying you janky. That's what he's saying.
I've won a few dinners off him when you had conviction that this was going to happen.
14 of them one time.
And they got paid off in one night. One big night, and it was a big payoff.
It was a big payoff, and I paid.
Yeah,
it wasn't any coupons.
Yeah, it was.
Check. It was a big check.
I paid.
Yeah.
Groupon.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Shannon, I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but in all probability, your man is going to lose and wind up with as many NBA Finals losses as Michael Jordan has victories, 6-6, except Michael had no NBA Finals losses, and it's going to be 6-0 versus 3-6. And it's just case closed, game over.
Nope.
It was over a long time ago because, you know, what you keep trying to sweep under your little carpet over there is that LeBron melted down in 2011. Michael never melted down in any playoff series ever. And in 2014, as the leader of the Heat with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, you can tell me they weren't what they used to be.
Underdogs.
Okay, but they got blown off the floor by a record finals margin in 5 games, a gentleman's sweep by my Spurs.
Yep.
How did LeBron play? Just
In games 3 and 4, I asked you, 3 and 4 back in Miami, go check the tape because I watched it closely. He wasn't himself in those games.
No, he wasn't himself.
It was 1-1 going back to Miami.
But he still averaged 28, 7, and 5.
But his team lost, and the best player on the planet would have won one of those games.
What did, if you don't mind me asking, can you tell the people at home what Chris Bosh and D. Wade averaged in that game? With the series? You know, yeah.
We don't have time for that.
We got plenty of time.
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
Oh,
Right.
See, and that hurts Joy, because Joy was there. Joy saw it right before our eyes, like.
And then, Shannon, I will never forget this.
What?
This
What
was
would you
against the new Golden State Warriors. They weren't sure of themselves. They got in every break and every rung of the playoffs because
Yes.
the point guard was hurt in the previous opponents.
Yes.
And they get to the finals, and all of a sudden they're up against the LeBron. They cannot stop because they don't have Iguodala in the lineup yet. He's playing a little bit. But LeBron was a monster in games 1, 2, and 3. And all of a sudden, they're up 2-1 with game 4 in the King's house. And I got to tell you, he shot 7 for 22 that night and 5 of 10 from the free throw line, and he just shrank. And I've never seen anything like it because you had them dead to rights.
He averaged 35, 13, and 9. And the second and third best player on that roster at the time was Timofey Mozgov. Can you tell the people, Rob Parker that doesn't know Timofey Mozgov, can you tell the people what he's doing?
Gesundheit.
Okay. What about Matthew Dellavedova? He was the third best player on that roster that night.
He
He
won
played
game
well,
2.
though.
He made
He
the
played
play
well
in
for
game
them.
2.
Coming off the bench in Milwaukee. So that's what LeBron was trying to win on top. He was trying to take down an
So
MVP.
it's never LeBron's fault. It's never his fault.
Never. 2011, I put that all on him.
Have you ever
he done
seen
made it
Michael
for-
Jordan play
he
like
done-
that?
he done made up for it.
Shannon Sharpe, if I could take Michael Jordan at age 28 and put him in LeBron's shoes that night of Game 4 in his house against that Golden State team that had not won a championship, was new to this, and the lights were getting a little bright and the throats were getting a little tight, Michael Jordan would just slit their throats.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.